Hello, and thank you once again for tuning into the
Mobility
Mobility
Bros.
Bros. Yeah. I'm your boy, Coach Cliff. I'm here with my host, Ron Hilton, and we'll be covering all the topics, talking about athletic mindset, mobility, pain reduction, the thoughts and processes of practitioners, and the mindset of clients and members. And today we're going to focus on the mindset of clients and members, putting ourselves in the client's shoes and the member's shoes, because we want to really focus on motivation versus accountability. How do we find ourselves motivated to continue to go? When we're not motivated, do we still get out there? Do we still reach for our goals? Do we still take on the day? Or does accountability really help bridge that gap when motivation starts to wane, right? Because I think a lot of people who've been doing training and fitness and exercise, working out, whatever you want to classify it as, has been doing it for years. And how do you stay 20 years in, 30 years in, into your 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s with routines and changing up the routines and finding new ways and digging into the science if that's how you like to do it, or figuring out the nutrition piece, right? The micros and macros of life. Sometimes I believe, as a coach, the accountability portion of it can be the most valuable portion anyone finds, because the accountability partner will always be there regardless of how motivated you are. So I'm here with my boy Ron, who has an accountability partner who is brilliant at all of the things when it comes down to, ooh, let's add bicep. But seriously, Ron, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, man. Yesterday I did an intermittent fast day. So feeling good, just getting my day started pretty much here on our channel Mobility Bros. So yeah, but feeling really good.
Awesome, man. I'm happy for you. You are looking amazing. I keep seeing those results you post on Facebook, and it's just getting better and better and better. How are you feeling about your physique competition coming up?
Good. I got some interesting news. So it was supposed to be in June. It got moved to October 21st, which I'm excited about actually. Uh, I still have like a good 30 pounds left. And I know right now, if my competition was in June, it would be like, I would be like really cutting. But no, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm down 24 pounds, putting on some lean muscle. Maybe Jet Magazine will, be calling me soon.
Let's get
You
that
know,
sponsorship. Let's go.
So, but no, feeling really good. And to your point about motivation over accountability, and that's our topic today. I've been in this industry, this beautiful industry of health, wellness, and fitness for the better part of 15 years. And I have a vast knowledge of fitness, and my nutrition piece is not as vast as my fitness piece, but I know enough and I'm pretty motivated. But for me to reach my goal from going from 214 to 160, I need someone to help me be accountable, because I know me well enough that that those M&Ms start looking good. you know
Yeah.
and my accountability partner, he's actually, I'm paying him for his time and his service, and he is a IBFF pro, physique pro, and I know if I eat those M&Ms, I gotta log it in my phone, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, what's up with those M&Ms, bro?" I got to answer to that. So it's just interesting, and I am motivated to, because of my accountability of what I'm doing. I am consistently motivated to show up every day, to exercise, to log my food in, to drink my water, to do everything I need to do so I can show up. Because on today is what he calls check-in day. So check-in day, we take our photos, we do our weight, we do our waist measurements, and we do our body fat percentage, and we send it in. And then everything he does is through an app. So right before we got on, I was just finishing up a conversation with him and what the plan is, and his last thing was like, we're gonna really notch it up for May.
Mm.
So he's gonna make some changes. So we're gonna
Mm.
finish out April and kick it up for May.
And see, that's the powerful thing there, right? You just said a lot of really key things about the accountability aspect of having this coach on your butt. He's on your ass. He's like, all right, check-in day. And you have a visceral feeling because of the investment that you made to take your pictures, way out, not eat the M&Ms, even though you're tempted to. And that is what I think is really important and needs to come across to not just people who are getting into fitness and wellness and may have never done it before and they want to know like how do you squat, right? It's also for people who've been in the game for 15 years and who have this vast knowledge because we're all humans and we all have
Absolutely.
needs and pulls and pushes and wants. And how do we stay accountable to the goals that we set for ourselves? Because he doesn't want it more than you want it. You want it
Right.
more than he wants it. But because you're a team and you can rely on his accountability, that's where your motivation is going to continue. So let's talk about before the coach. 214, you're hit 214, and we're dealing with the pandemic and everything's
Yep.
going
Yep.
on. You have a gym in your
M&Ms
house.
they were amazing.
But like you have a beautiful setup in your house, right?
I
It's not
do.
like
I do.
just a treadmill in your garage next to your bike and all your boxes. You have a beautiful setup. So were you motivated to like what went down for you and how was motivation a factor or lack of motivation a factor in what went down for you when you thought about health and wellness and yourself personally with this whole thing going on the last 3 years?
Yeah, that's really good question, Cliff. So it's kind of funny. It's like you have my bedroom, and then I'm walking out from my bedroom is this big, huge gym, right? And then I go upstairs. So it's like no matter what, I have to pass my gym every single day. So, and it's just kind of like this weird thing, it's just like I guess I never I didn't really fall into a funk. I just fell into like this where I guess I felt into this like we're all trapped in here and I wasn't really leveraging what I had in my house. I was doing some working out, but it wasn't to the point where I was doing now. And no one was saying, "Hey, Ron, you need to get your butt down and you need to get butt into your gym that you spent thousands of dollars in and just and really crush it." Um, so and so I don't know. It was I really don't have a solid answer for that. It's just I just kind of I don't know. I just kind of was just blah. I was just kind of just there, And even though I was walking by this gym, and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" Sup. It was kind of like that. It's kind of weird. It wasn't like it was a separate part of my house that I couldn't see. I mean,
Yeah,
no
so that's
matter
even
what.
a look at that. Another really key point. It's like it was literally you wake up and say good morning to your gym every day. Some
Yeah.
people had to figure out how to recreate that in their garage and they have to
Oh yeah.
go downstairs and deal with the cold weather or whatever. But you've invested thousands of dollars in this facility that's in your home.
Yep.
And
Yep. I
even
got
that,
heat. I got heat and air conditioning down there, so it didn't matter. I mean, I could be down there anytime during that whole time. Um, so then, I mean, after everything the pandemic cleared, it was just like I just kind of was just hanging out. I did kick up my workouts, but my own nutrition wasn't the best. And then, you know what? I was like, you know what? Coming into 2023, I need to do something extraordinary. I need to get my mindset. So, um, the coach I hired, I used him for my 2019 show, and I came out looking phenomenal.
yeah,
That
that's
was me.
amazing.
That was me in 2019. So I called him up. We had a conference call, and he was like, "Let's do it." So January No, yeah, February 1st we got started. So so yeah, I've been crushing it since then. But you know, it's like it's interesting with motivation. Um, Motivation is only really temporary, right? And you always need like a certain amount of accountability and that accountability brings you into mindset versus that motivation, right? When you say, you know, I mean, if any of you guys agree in the show notes, put them down, put them in the comments, that your mindset really, the accountability actually creates the mindset that you need, and through that I think it does bring you some type of motivation in that sense too, because I mean sometimes you can, like, I got out of bed at 10 of 7 this morning. I knew I had to get my chest day in, and I was like, you know what, I ain't feeling like this morning, man. You know that bed be feeling nice, man. Be feeling yummy, you know.
Yeah,
But
100%.
you gotta roll out, man. You gotta get after it. You know, I have a saying, the weights ain't gonna lift themselves.
They're
You know,
not.
you gotta get after it.
That's right. That's right. And I think like a lot of people will be willing to invest in a mindset coach and like a business acceleration coach and invest thousands and thousands of dollars. I personally was one of them, in 2021 when I didn't know what the hell the future was going to look like and how long this was going to last. I mean, we initially thought it was only going to last a couple of weeks. Then it
Yeah, I
went to a
remember
full
that. They was like,
year.
"Oh, it's gonna be only like 4 weeks." I'm like, it was just
Yeah. And then Christmas came and we're still locked into a pandemic. And like people are saying you can't hug your mom on Thanksgiving. And everybody's walking around it like the balloon man, like at the ball guy with visors and masks and plastic and all this stuff all over their bodies and killing their hands with alcohol and it was just crazy. So in 2021, when I got the phone call and I was like, and it was like, hey, the Willy Wonka ticket of a event is coming out. How do you want to, engage in this? And I said, you know what? I've never hired a business coach or a business acceleration coach or someone that could take my business from point A to point B. And what would this look like, for me? Like it's like going back to college. What would this look like for me if I did this and then I took this information and, you know, try to leverage it as best as I could? And I've been doing it ever since. Now, I have my own emotional feelings about how that went down versus how I would have wanted it to go down. There was some ups and downs and some massive leakage. And some of it was pandemic, some of it was technology, some of it was people getting ill and sick and COVID. And some of it was, just people weren't as integrous as I thought they were going to be, as they portrayed themselves to be. And so, part of me feels like I got something. Part of me feels like I'm slighted. Part of me feels like I don't have anything to prove for it except for a free workbook that I got. So I have a bunch of emotions that I constantly have to battle. But when I sit back and ask myself, okay, Coach Cliff, what really has changed and how have you found that accountability to change? And what have you personally done that was told to you to do that was going to be the way to accelerate? I have to say, I've probably done 50% of the work. So now that I'm on my own again, and I don't have that accountability coach to check in with me every weekend, or that group to check in with every weekend to say, hey, I've done this, I've done that, look at me progress. I have to find other people who are accountable or that I'm accountable with. So, I have groups on Zoom that I connect with that are business owners and stuff like that. And, every Friday they meet and we meet and they're all from all over the place, but we talk about our goals and how we move forward, and community is around me. And that's been a blessing. But when it comes to my fitness goals, same thing. Like I feel like when I set my goal and I'm motivated to do it, it can work. But then there's trying to get clients, financial concerns,
Yeah,
raising a little man is going to be 6 in 4 days,
it's
raising
awesome.
a 22-year-old in college that needs help, being a good husband, taking time for myself, taking time to be a good, partner and understanding what's going on, budgeting, all these different things that can consume some time. That how am I, like, am I getting it in today? Am I going down into my garage? And am I getting it in today? Am I getting to my gym? Am I getting it in today? You know, and that I think is just when you have an accountability coach, will level, like you said, will level up your mindset, and your
Absolutely.
mindset will form the motivation that you need, whether it's for that period of time or not. Just like when people work out with friends and their friends are, one of the
Yeah.
guys are going to want to do it, one of the guys
Oh
aren't,
yeah,
but you're
yeah.
going to
I have
meet
an
your friend.
accountability group every Friday night. I have a group that comes over and we get it in 4:30 on Friday.
That's fantastic. It's
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep.
And so if you are listening to this and you feel like, you want or you need or you would be, it would benefit you to have an accountability coach, whether it's for your fitness, for your nutrition, for your goal setting, to build something that is going to help you achieve that goal, whether it's trying to go from 214 to 160, whether it's trying to just, have balance and stability and form, strengthen your core, whether it's to reduce pain. Write down that in the comments. Hit us in the DMs. In our description, you'll see Calendly links. Click that Calendly link and set up an onboarding appointment or a deep listening appointment. It costs you nothing to do it. You'll spend a half hour to 40 minutes with us, me or Ron or whoever you choose, and we will talk you through some of the steps. We'll listen to where your concerns are. We'll find some of the leakages that you're feeling and we'll add value. That's all we want to do here on this channel. That's all we ever
Absolutely
preach
add
is
value.
adding value.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and accountability is it really is important. Just wanted to just kind of end with that. If you need some type of accountability or coaching, you can reach out to us or wherever you are in the world. You just find that person that's going to count that can help you be accountable and to help you with that motivation that you need. I know some people get so fired up. I actually had set up somebody with a 30-day nutritional plan yesterday, and I was like, "How often do you want me to check in?" She goes, "I need you to check in with me Monday, Wednesday through a text, Friday through a text, and can we do a Sunday physical phone call?" I was like, "Yes, we can."
Nice. Very cool. Very
So,
cool.
so it's just she knew that, and this is someone who was a very high level college athlete. She is still a very high level athlete, and she's a professional, a vice principal of a school. So, but she is like CrossFits, plays high level basketball. But she needs that accountability, right? She needs someone to say, "Hey, did you do? Are you intermittent fasting on these days? Are you doing your meal replacement shakes on these days? Are you balancing out your snacks?" So yeah, absolutely.
That's the most powerful thing we can do for someone. We can be there for them as now stepping out of the client space and putting on our practitioner hats, our trainer hats, our coaches hats, our nutritionist hats. The reason why we search for the best products in the world, the reason why we invest in the best education in the world, the reason why we've connected, and I've been blessed to connect with some of the smartest people in the world. Ron literally works with Olympians. Like, you can't get any higher than working with Olympians. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it trickles down to every single person. Just because you're not an Olympian and you're a mom of 4 or a grandma of 20 because your grandchildren and great grandchildren are popping out everywhere doesn't mean that you can't benefit from this knowledge, this education, this information, the products that we can serve you with. All you have to do is take action. It just takes
absolutely.
a moment of taking action so that you can leverage our knowledge so you can get to the healthy, mobile, stable, consistent goals that you want to have. And I look forward to talking to anyone and everyone who is interested in understanding what we're talking about when it comes to this nutrition thing, understanding what we're talking about when we talk about stabilization before strength and then strength before power movements. How do we build someone's personality, self-confidence, mobility, energy, all of those beautiful things, and then some. And it's not a crazy out of the world, like you're going to see results in 2 days. We're going to talk about body type. We're going to talk about how your
Right.
nutrition works for you. We're going to talk about how movement works for you. We're going to make sure you don't have to feel like you have to be at the most expensive gym just to use the treadmill. We're gonna, when you have beautiful weather and outside equipment that you can use, right? But utilize everything that's possible and available to you to get to those goals. And that's what the beautiful thing about having an accountability partner is, who has 20 years or 15 years of this industry under their belt, like me and Ron. We can really break down all the beautiful things that we've known, that we've experienced, that we've leveraged, that we've worked with other people on. And that's what you can get. Simply hit us in the comments, DM us, take action today. We'd love to know what's going on with you. We'd love to add value to you. We appreciate every single person that has watched, that has liked, that has shared, that has rang that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our new uploads. We thank you for allowing us to be the mobility bros that you want in your corner.
Appreciate
Ron,
y'all.
do you have any finals that you want to say to anyone before we sign off?
No, much love, everyone. Appreciate it. This is our 20th episode, and motivation and accountability. Let's get it in, man. So right. I'll close it out. I want you to stay awesome, keep stepping greatness, and be legendary. Let's go.
Let's go. Be legendary every single day you can. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.